So the IEA was founded 51 years ago with the key pillar of energy security, and today, in 2025, energy security remains a key priority for IEA and energy around the world. So making sure that we have electricity at all time, it's absolutely essential. At the same time, as we are relying more and more on clean energy technologies like solar, batteries, critical minerals and materials are also becoming part of the energy security agenda and perspective. In general, now for the past 20 years, we have always been saying that the largest form of energy insecurity is lack of energy access. And we have seen progress, in particular on electricity access. However, we do continue to see an issue in sub-Saharan Africa with lack of access to clean cooking. Emissions from the energy sector is a cause of increase in global average temperature. In 2024, we have recorded highest level of temperature globally. So very clearly those three items: energy security, energy poverty, and emissions. So energy security remains a very important item across the energy agenda around IEA members and beyond. The first is diversification of energy mixes, so not relying too much on one single fuels, diversifying from oil and gas towards other forms, being renewables or nuclear. And this type of diversification very clearly goes hands in hand with achieving decarbonization and climate goals. A second principle that we have put forward is predictability of investments. We have been seeing around the globe investments being threatened by very fast-changing regulatory frameworks. But investments and a predictable pipeline of projects is absolutely critical, both for energy security and clean energy transition. And third, after over 50 years of experience here at the IEA, very clearly global energy challenges are better solved in collaboration, so we continue to encourage governments to share best practices, continue to talk to each other, and moving forwards in a collaborative manner is for us a continuation of the best way forward towards a more secure, affordable and sustainable future. In recent years, several major economies have pursued policies aimed at expanding renewables while strengthening energy security. One example that comes to mind is very clearly what the European Union and its members have been doing since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. What has happened since then has been a very big push towards, in the power sector, towards renewables and nuclear. At the same time, a big push towards efficiency measures, in particular in the building sector. Over the past 2 years, the imports of natural gas from Russia have been cut very significantly, so have fossil fuel import bills. And at the same time, the European Union has seen last year the lowest level of emissions ever since the beginning of the 70s, with an economy much larger, and 2/3 of the electricity being produced by low emission sources. Over the past several years, we have seen innovation bringing down cost of a number of clean energy technologies. From solar, if you look at the cost for solar from 15 years ago to now, it's cut by 90%. Very similar numbers for batteries, and batteries for electric vehicles also have seen very significant technological breakthrough and cost reduction. So I would like to give the example of China here, because it's a case in point where we are seeing really the rollout of electric vehicle having a very significant impact on the domestic use of oil, but also the global demand for oil. This is thanks to a lot of innovation, deployment, mass manufacturing, and really having an impact on domestic oil, domestic imports, and global oil demand trends. So we are watching closely a number of developments across all fuels and all technologies, maybe highlighting three of the areas that seem more dynamic nowadays. Would be, first of all, nuclear. After many years in which we have seen rather stable or sluggish nuclear deployment, we have seen over the past couple of years on the verge of both, on one hand, energy security and decarbonization, a new wave of interest in nuclear, with extension of lifetime of existing nuclear reactors around the world, but importantly, start of new constructions. And this includes technology that are known and new technology like small modular reactors. The second is batteries. Batteries are becoming really ubiquitous in our energy systems, being in our electric vehicles, being in grids, being in a number of applications across the energy systems. We have seen a reduction in battery cost going down very significantly, and we have also seen a lot of innovation in terms of the chemistry of new batteries. As we have said a couple of years ago that we are entering the age of electricity, batteries offer a very important dual role once again to stabilize grids but also support renewables integration. The third is really AI and energy. Over the past year and a half, we have seen a boom of AI use and therefore the need for new data centers that require a lot of electricity. So we are watching closely this space to understand the demand that is coming from these data centers, and on the other hand, very exciting, the potential application of AI in the energy sector. So Korea is situated in what we see being the most dynamic region of the world in terms of energy demand and trade. Asia is a very clear testimony of the fact that the IEA does believe and see that there is a lot of dynamism in the Asian economies. Korea is one of the most energy dependent from import region in Asia, and at the same time it's one of the countries that have experience and is doing a lot of innovation. Not only Korea is a gigafactory manufacturing, but is also the largest overseas investor in battery manufacturing. So really advancing this part of the energy transition around the world. We are also seeing important use of AI being seen uptake towards in different uses across the energy sector in Korea, but in particular we would like to highlight the energy expressway grid plans that Korea is advancing with a lot of speed. I would go back to the principles. Diversification remains key from our perspective, so diversification of import routes, continued diversification of the fuel mix. Always within this type of discussions, we do believe from the IEA perspective that critical minerals are becoming more and more central in the energy security discussion, and we think that battery value chain through diversified critical mineral sourcing and expanding domestic recycling will become very, very critical. And finally, again to mention AI, this is true not only for Korea, but a very robust AI energy governance will really determine the success of AI for prosperity going forward.